Hi, my name's Sophia Hotung. I'm a disabled Eurasian writer and illustrator from Hong Kong, best known for creating this thing called the Hong Konger. Now, if you've seen it around, you're probably thinking, oh yeah, it's an art thing. It kind of is, but it's actually a front for a social impact project that I do. I started the Hong Konger only because I was really sick. I was bedridden, I had to quit my job, I had nothing to do. And so I just started posting these doofy little pictures on Instagram, and people wanted them, people bought them. So now, 2 years on, what I've managed to do is use sales from the Hong Konger to fundraise for other real Hong Konger charities. What that looks like most of the year is I donate 20% of my limited series print sales to charities of every buyer's choice. But for Women's History Month, what I'm doing on select prints is donating 50% to increase fundraising for women's charities who really, really need that boost. You can learn more about everything I do at sophiahotung.com. My motto is one word, and it's enough. I was really, really hustling in the summer. I felt like I needed to capitalize on all these opportunities and that I needed to be saying yes to things. And I was speaking to a mentor and she said, when will it be enough for you? And I realized that I had never been told that I could be enough. I could always be doing more. And that's an unhealthy way to look at life because then you're never satisfied. And I looked around me and I realized I'm already doing enough. I have enough, I am enough, and I'm very content. And when I realized I was content as is, everything else was just a cherry on top. And I took real pleasure in my work after that. I didn't feel as much pressure, and I was still able to churn out good work and have a thriving business. Since I'm a writer and illustrator, honestly, a lot of the ways I motivate myself are to read and write. If I need to write, I'll read. And if I need to do productive stuff, I'll write, usually journaling. I find that reading gives me inspiration not only for content, but also for tone and style for my writing. And journaling, or writing in general, gives me inspiration for organizing things, which then makes me feel inspired to do practical work to run my business. May not be helpful if you're not a book person, but that's my take. I don't think empowering women needs to be this massive thing we build up into our head, because then it feels hard to do. Empowering women, or anyone for that matter, involves small acts of service and enthusiasm. It could be something as tiny as leaving a comment on Instagram to encourage someone, sending a text to check in or just say you love what someone's doing, or you love that they're taking a break and not doing anything. It can even mean helping to make an introduction, or giving someone credit, or giving someone an opportunity to help them thrive. Small things are easier to do, you can do them every day, and they still bring about real tangible change. I don't know if it's just me, but when I was starting out with my business, I felt so uncomfortable asking for help. Still kind of do, but I'm better now. But it was embarrassing to me, it was shameful. I didn't want to inconvenience anyone. When in actual fact, every time I asked for help, people said yes. Giving clear requests of what you need, when you need it by, and how you need it done is actually not demanding. You don't need to be uncomfortable, and I wish I knew and felt that sooner. So this video is validating you. Ask for help, just be clear and upfront, unapologetic, thankful, and it will really, really save you a lot of time and grief. Okay, 3 books that have had the most impact on my life. I've lined them up. The first one, I got this from my aunt, and it actually has Sophia Hotung, December 2005 in it. But this book is from the 1960s, I think, and it's a mystery novel. It's kind of outdated and a little bit racist and sexist, but it was the first mystery book I ever read for children set in my hometown. It's set in Hong Kong. And I realized that people could write about Hong Kong. I'd only ever read American or English literature before. So to write about Hong Kong in a mystery for children was a real eye-opener for me, and I think encouraged me. Second book, another children's book. This is book 11 of the Series of Unfortunate Events series. I have them all here, but this was the series when I was a kid that got me into reading. It made me want to be a writer. It made me want to create worlds. I think Lemony Snicket or Daniel Handler is such a talented writer. And these books live in my heart rent-free. Finally, an adult book. It's nonfiction, and it's The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg. when did I read this? Sometimes I write the date and my name in them. I didn't do it, but I read this in 2011. I was 16, and it basically helped me build a lifestyle when I first got diagnosed with a chronic illness that allowed me to be productive, but also kind of take care of my health. I've reread it like 3 or 4 times, and it's great. It's got some real tangible tips, and it stands the test of time.